How was your trip? Welcome home. I feel bad that you walk in right back for some more Skyrim, but I haven't streamed in 2 days, and a I needed a 90s game break. Loved it, but oof, I needed a I needed a cleanser, a palate cleanser, if you will. Wait, that's where I saw it. I know I saw my blanket. I don't even need it. It just sounds nice right now. Wolf. Um, I I am a fan of Mexico, but I liked their shirt because it was Aztec themed, and our work was having a FIFA party, and so I picked this one, and we get to wear our shirts when they play. So we won, so I wore it today. I got back home 4 hour delay. Oh, oh my gosh! Wait, because of like the storm that happened. The storm came in at like 5 a.m. Yeah. So like you, oh my gosh, that big storm delayed you. Hello, Wolf. I was thinking about you earlier. Um, I was watching Kingdom Hearts 4 trailers, and I knew how much you loved Donald, and so I was just thinking about you. But not that y'all asked. So my sourdough has been doing nothing for the. Oh, that smells much better. It's a little stingy still. Nothing for the last week. Today, when I got home from work, it finally did something again. I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I took it out of the microwave so I can get a little bit of air. I'll put it back in there tonight. I'm hoping. I don't think I'll be able to bake this weekend, but hopefully, like maybe next weekend, or I could. I have no idea. I'm excited for it. We shall see. That storm hit Chicago earlier in the day, and all the delays trickled down. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. So basically, um that storm hit Chicago and literally delayed you the entire trip because it was just in your way the whole time. That's tough. That sucks. That sucks. That it do. I'm gonna see something real quick. Can I not paste that? Yes, I can. That's what I thought. Perfect. That should be good. Yeah, it hit around 1 p.m. and was done around 4, but it was so severe that they canceled all flights during that time. And tornado warnings. Oh my gosh. That that's tough. And like the worst day to have the storms when you're trying to get home to your own bed, to your own space, the worst time for it. For sure. I'm glad my hate reminded you. Hate? What are you talking about? You mean your love? Your love for him? That I think that must be what you mean, right? That's what you meant. You certainly don't have hate for Donald. I feel like I would have remembered that. Somebody would have reminded me if you hated him. Yep, and this happened to me on the same trip last year too, but at least I was solo and didn't have a coworker bitching in my ear. Yeah, that would absolutely make it worse. For sure. Okay, now how's it look over here? Sorry, I'm working on some stream adjustments while we're hanging out real quick. Should probably stop because I will just tweak everything. It would help me finish my book. Ooh, nice. Was this the Warframe book, or did you start a different book? Oh man, when I made my coffee, War Horse. Okay, my bad. Um, and I was like, you know what? I'll make it a little sweeter. Now I'm like, that's not who I am now. I wanted the coffee taste. I don't have that anymore. I've ruined it. I am not sure if I'm going crazy, but I do think it's doing something. It's almost in the middle. Mental note. Warhorse. So which one's okay, so what is Warhorse about? I'm looking at book War Horse. That's Warhouse, not warehouse. The 1982 historical fiction novel by Michael Morpurgo. Oh, it's not this one then. War horses. This better. you. What do you mean you weren't reading a historically accurate book about war horses from 1882? 1982. The first book in the War Horses military sci fi series by Scott Warren. The story follows Randy Vandal, okay, a veteran mechanic who is forced to become a pilot when his unit is decimated by off world mercenaries. Mm. Book one. It's a 5.5 on Audible and a 5 out of 5 in readers' favorites. That's impressive. Let's see. Oh, wow. There's like 5 books in this series? Or are there more? No, there's only 5, it looks like. Ooh. Oh, I mean, there could be more. The last book came out in 2024, so maybe he's working on the next one. No, I need to start reading again. I've been reading a lot of like Um, what is that called? Um, it's Webtoons. I know that's the app is called. They're called webcomics. So I've been reading a lot of webcomics because it's like I can just scroll and read quickly to like take it all in, and I love it. But I want to start reading my books again. I have thought about like reading. Oh, the sixth book is supposed to come out this year. Okay, nice. Um, I've thought about like reading like the Wizard of Oz books, like either personally or on stream, because like they're over 100 years old, so they're in the public domain, so I legally can read them publicly. Um, and I'm also very curious to know how different the books are than the actual Wizard of Oz book, because um, like I've read a few of them, and they are quite a bit different. Like the poppy field in Wizard of Oz isn't putting them to sleep. It's killing them. And I believe the scarecrow has to run off and find the field mice queen to save them. But they weren't going to save the lion because it's a lion. They were very up against that. Mm-hmm. I go into my phases where I love to read, and then I'm like, put a break. Then I love to read, and then I put a break. And unfortunately, just like perfect example, Skyrim, I have a horrible tendency of when I take that break, if it gets too long, I want to start my series over. So for like example, the Dresden Files, which are the books I'm reading now, I am committed to getting through because I love this series. I think they're well written. People who read a lot of books may not think so, but I love it. Um, I don't even know when I start. You know what? I had to start reading them when he first wrote the first book. If I'm completely honest, it was probably recently. Huh? A Dresden Files novella. Curious. I am currently on. Let's get back to his book list. I believe I'm on Blood Rights. I'm either on Blood Rights or Deadbeat. I don't think it's Deadbeat though. The only problem is Blood Rights obviously makes me think of the vampires, and I know they've been an ongoing threat this whole time. So but I think it is Blood. Let me click Blood Rights. I'll tell you. Yeah, this is definitely it. Thomas is somewhat a problem, and he's working with the porn producer. I'm sorry, the adult film producer. Yeah, Family Tree. Yep. So yeah, we're on Blood Rights. Love it, but I have for sure read books 1, 2, and 3 probably 4 or 5 times on Ghost Story or Cold Days. You made it pretty far. Ghost Story, I remember when Ghost Story came out. I think I have Ghost Story on hardback and signed by Jim. I believe so. Battleground came out, I think, last year. Was it this year? It just came out. I know that. It's obviously it's the most recent one. I want to know about this novella. What is this novella? It came out a little over a month ago. When's the next book? The next book, it's gonna be titled Mirror Mirror. Oh, sorry, it's the Cinder series. Wait, is he coming back out with some more of those? Because I haven't read the. Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Because I own the Astronaut's Windlass. I just never really. rush the read because it was only one book, and I was like, you know what? He's got a series that he's committed to, so I'm gonna read those first. Troy, how are you? We're talking about books we're reading, so I don't know. Do you read? Do you wish to read? Do you hate reading? Wait, what? 12 months, book number 18. Is it out? Wait, no. He got a book. It's called 12 Months. It came out this year. But it's not on his list of books. Someone hasn't updated his website. Ooh, someone getting fired. I love reading. Love it. They're great books, but I think I burnt myself out because I did one after. Yes, that's what I did. That's why I've come to a complete stop because I've read all of these. I want to say within like months. Like I read them back to back to back to back to back to back, and then I was like, too much, too much. And so then I took a step back, and I every time I pick up Blood Rights, it's just like, ugh, like I want to get back into it, but I'm like, I don't want to be like, Um, I love reading. I haven't been able to find good books though lately. Been reading a few. Enjoy though. 12 months came out. Yeah, 12 months came out in January, but it's not on his website. Or I mean, it's on his website, but like they have Battleground that came out 2020, but they didn't add 12 months. When you go to store, 12 months is right here. Oh, you can't see it. 12 months is right here, and it says when you go to Amazon, it says it came out January 20th, 2026. So something isn't making sense. I read the entire Percy Jackson books like 5 times. I've never read those books before. I have always wanted to, but I never did. When I was teaching, all of my kids were reading it. Hmm. But now I'm starting to double eagle. By Dan Abnett. Mm. A Warframe series set during the Sabbath Worlds Crusade focuses on the elite Phantom XX fighter pilots defending the planet Enothis from Chaos Force in intense aerial combat. School was what got me into them, so that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, Jesse got into Harry Potter, started the second book, and then read a few chapters and stopped. Like the book is sitting on the kitchen table right now. I think it helped him listen to the book on tape, if I'm honest. Because we listened to the entire Sorcerer's Stone, like driving to his back home and then back. We listened to the whole book in that tape because it's such a short book. The next one is like 40 hours, I think. Um, but we were listening to. Oh, cool! It does work. I did not realize I had push go. Love it. Okay, cool. I'm glad that's working because I wanted that to actually be a thing that came through. So it came through in 27. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I want to reread Old Yeller. Oh, literally. I want to. Okay, if I had to think of a book I read that I want to reread. Like not a series, a single book. I can't. Oh, it's hard to think of a single book because I can only think of series. Like I want to read. I want to read the Left Behind series. I've never finished them. I read them in high school, and I just unfortunately I got into the series, and then my English teacher was like, "Okay, um, how does check out a book?" And I don't. I'm almost positive. I am 100% positive actually that she had us check out a book from the library and then told us we are doing a book report over it. But I checked out the second book of the series because I was going to continue reading it. I wouldn't have gotten the second book if I knew I was going to do a presentation on it. So the whole time I'm doing this presentation, I'm also like, oh, in the first book that this took place in here, this is why we have this. Okay. Oh, in the first, and the project was bad. And I asked her, can I do it over the first book that I just read? And she's like, no, it has to be the new book. I'm like, the new book's a sequel. So like, it's not going to be good. I didn't read 1984, wanted it in high school, but was never a required reading. My required readings, I remember was like, yeah, Grapes of Wrath. I had to read the Grapes of Wrath. I always get, what is that one about the kids on the island and the conch? My sister had to read the rabbit one. I remember that. Lord of the Flies. Though I would like to reread those outside of like a project. I think that would be interesting. It's really hard to read a book when it's required for school. That's what actually got me away from books for years, which sucked so much. I only got into books like 2 years ago. Like I want I want to reread these books like without feeling like I need to study this book. I remember reading this book in school. It's called The Pearl. I remember reading this book in school and like over the like intercoms reading it. Like we would read it as a chapter a day as a school, but no one else remembers this growing up. No one else remembers this. And it was about, I want to say he finds this pearl. I want to say it was like I want to say it's a black pearl, but it could have been the fact that I'm thinking of Pirates of the Caribbean. But I remember reading this book, and this was the cover of it. Like I remember reading it. It's my Mandela. It's my Mandela effect because no one else remembers it. And I'm like, how does no one else remember this book? There's a massive, valuable pearl which hopes to bring his family a better life, but instead brings greed, violence, and tragedy, ultimately serving as a cautious tale of the wealth and illusion of get rich quick dream. The fellow king's wife in the event of the pearl discovery exposed the deep-seated greed and oppression of the community. It wasn't a big book either. I want to say it was like 100 pages. It was written in 1946. Length. It was between 90 to 128 pages, depending on the format. It was a real short book. I remember reading it. I remember The Giver. Oh, The Giver. I never read that one. And in fact, I actively avoided that book. actively avoided this book for no other reason that it reminded me of this dude, of Chessmaster. I never read the book because that man reminded me of another dude, of this guy. Yep. Let's see. The Hatchet would be another real good book to reread. As a middle schooler, whoa. It's crazy. It actually came out in 1993. I always figured it was a much older book. Isn't The Giver? Oh wait, no. Wait, what is The Giver about? I thought it was something about colors. Like I don't know why. The Giver colors? Why do I feel like that? In the communities, along with emotions, music, dancing, etc., colors are missing from the community. Okay, so I'm right. There was something about colors in this. I guess I probably should read it too. But like, do this live in like a millennial gray world? Mm. Oh, 1984. I Googled great books we read in school, and 1984 is on that list, actually. Oh, but George Orwell. I do. I know that name. Animal Farm. Hmm. Oh, you know what? Fahrenheit 451. That's another one. That's another one that would be a great reread. I never read Animal Farm. Don't go digging too much. Yeah. All I did was just Google the Giver colors and just saw that like they're missing all those things. I know the main character, like I I don't understand how, but he brings back these things. I don't know. Does he just reinvent red? Wasn't the Giver a movie? We did get good reviews. Taylor Swift was in it? What? Jeff Bridges, Meryl Streep, Taylor Swift. Ooh, the guy from Katie Holmes. What a cast! This is crazy. Eric from Vampire, not Vampire Diaries. True Blood. What the hell? Taylor Swift was in it? Well, maybe I can get Jesse to watch the movie. That's not, I don't know. I'm just like looking at pictures from The Giver because I want to see a still of Taylor Swift in it. I don't understand. How is Taylor Swift in a movie and no one knows about it? And they all have like lines through their face. Whatever. I'm not gonna scroll too far and get too far and get lost and anything spoiled. Weird. I am confused. Mm, 2014, yeah, she definitely was. I think she was big in my high school even before that. I say that. There's one person who was obsessed with her. So like I don't actually have any answer to that. But I do know she was big. Like what album came out then? Taylor Swift albums. 1989 came out then. That didn't help me. What songs were on there? Welcome to New York, Blank Spaces. Golly, she's got 12 music videos for it? Is that what I'm seeing here? Oh, no. Style Out of the Woods. All you had to do is shake it off. Okay, this was a big album. So yeah, Bad Blood. These were 1989. Hmm. So yeah, she was big then, for sure. There's a lot of big names on that bad movie. It was a bad movie. Like it didn't have great reviews. Like Rotten Tomatoes gave like 30%. There's a lot of big names on this bad movie. Showstopper. I don't know that song. Another case of just read the book. Isn't that just the thing for everything? Just read the book. Just read the book. Dead Space is on sale. For $6? For $7, I can get deluxe. But is this Dead Space remastered? Don't I own Dead Space? No, I do not. Thought I did. I thought I did. Summer Sale is next week. I do. See, I thought I did, but I just searched it and it didn't pull up. Got Dead Island, Dead Island, Dead Island, whatever this is, and oh, Tools. Yeah, that's what I thought. I could have sworn. I maybe I played that on Xbox. Yeah, I never finished it. That's true. It's true. I definitely rage quit that one. True. Also, they're coming out with a new Plague's Tale game, so I guess we gotta get those games played within the next 68 days. Like, can we stop releasing games that I actually am going to enjoy? Thanks. appreciate it. Save my wallet. Oh. Okay. Well, let's get into the game. We could talk about books all day long. But like I said, maybe I'll start reading the Wizard of Oz games. It is changing, everybody. It is actively growing. Okay. Things are happening. It's now closer to the 200 than it was the 100. So it is doing something. It is doing something. Grow, 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 grow. No game, only books. I mean, I'm down to talk books all night. I mean, we'll have to. My sourdough starter. Where, let's see. Books in the public domain. One of the most popular books in the top books. Oh. Hmm. Top books in the public domain are The Count of Monte Cristo, Frankenstein, Pride and Prejudice, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, The Picture of Dorian Gray. Oh, I love that one. The Yellow Wallpaper. Isn't that the one where he sees things in it? And Dracula. I want to say I've read this one. Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah, this is the one where she sees someone trapped in the wallpaper. Yeah. That's another one I would like to reread as an adult. I think that would actually be interesting. Honestly, I like all these books. Count of Monte Cristo. I don't think I've ever read that one. I know about it. Do I own Frankenstein? I might. I'm pretty sure I own Dracula. I've owned many copies of Dracula for sure. You listen. You listen. All of those makes me want to watch the League of. So mad we never got a second movie. So mad. Like you can't end a movie like that and then say meh. Like the best, the an amazing way to like introduce characters. Like the way when you found out that she's a vampire and she just explodes and just eats everybody in the alleyway, and you're just like, okay, never mind. No questions. Like, I'm gonna Google it. Why was there never a second movie? Why wasn't there second League? Okay, we'll come back to that other Google search. I don't agree with this. The first movie was a critical failure and a commercial disappointment. A planned sequel was canceled because of that. Oh. The film grossed 179 million worldwide. I think it was just too early of a movie. I think yeah, that's what it was. It grossed 179 million, but it had an estimated budget of nearly 80 million, and the margins were too thin to justify an expensive sequel. I think it's crazy that it did so poorly then, but everybody who talks about the movie was obsessed with it. Like obsessed with it. Yeah. Like it truly did bring like yeah, it was just in the wrong it was just in the wrong time. I think had they tried it, I wouldn't say now, but like maybe even a few years ago, it would have done fantastic. Because those characters did not need origin movies. They're all classic characters. The only one no one probably knew about is Dorian Gray, but like you know of Dorian Gray. Like you didn't know who he was or what, but like you knew once you saw who he was and about the portrait, you're like, oh, I've heard of this. Yes, around Avengers 1 would have been perfect timing. Just literally what 5, 6 years later. It was just a couple of years too early. But you know what? I don't know. Think about that. It might have gotten lost with the Avengers because it's like, oh, we have the Avengers team up and now we have the supernatural team up. Okay, cop out. Like it had been timed well. Oh, you know what? Another movie that they never made a sequel to that again I thought was great was um Dracula Untold. Let's see. Okay. Really? Is that when it came out? Huh. Yeah. It was the origin story, but not even of Dracula. Like, well, I guess it was. No, it was. Yeah. It was. It was the origin story of Dracula, but like not not book accurate. I would have been very curious to see how they tied the book into it, or tried to realign them based off of how the movie ended. But it failed the Dark Universe franchise. Um, the Mummy, like which came out in 2007. Which Mummy are we talking about? The one with Tom Cruise? Yeah, Tom Cruise, the Mummy. What are you talking about? Oh, mm, the Mummy. Tom Cruise's The Mummy ruined Dracula Untold because the Mummy did so poorly. Universal scrapped the other franchises, leaving Dracula Untold orphaned without the planned connected films. I'm sorry. Dragon Toll was retroactively retooled during the production to serve as a launch pad for the massive cinematic universe featuring Universal's classic monsters. However, following the critical failure of The Mummy, Universal scrapped the overcheesing franchise. Were they going to try to to combine them? Same thing. Budget. They made 217 million. They spent 70 million on budget to close. The shift in the monster strategy. Universal shifted the approach entirely away from the big budget action films for smaller standalone and oh, The Invisible Man, Renfield. Oh, so stupid. Mm-hmm. Well, because they also tried to do what was the 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 supervillain or like supervillain universe. Starts with the B. Supervillain universe. If I put B, does that bring it up? No, it doesn't. Blackburn. Oh, Brightburn. Brightburn. I was close. Yeah, so Brightburn, if I remember correctly, was supposed to be a supervillain origin universe telling. Let's see. How I don't want to look at how an ending scene did. The Brightburn Cinematic Universe plan is currently dead in the water. James Gunn is a developer. Oh, he was planning to build a Dark Justice League horror franchise. Oh, I never saw Brightburn. I have no idea. I've seen like pieces of it, but I don't even remember it coming out. It came out in 2019. Um, the plan. The original plan was to expand this into an expansive Burn universe. Burniverse. The Evil Justice League, the post-credit scene expanded the universe by introducing conspiracy board drawings of other twisted, monstrous versions of classic DC superheroes, specifically clear alterations to Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and others. Ooh. Hmm. Oops. And that's interesting. I didn't know that. Do they have? Is there stills? I don't want to watch it. Oh, I guess he had like a TV series on there or something. Huh. Hmm. Oh, was it good? I never saw it. I would. Let's see. Other Brightburn supervillains. I wonder. I'm curious if they had like ideas for them. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a supervillain movie. That must be a good watch. Um, plan. What I did search like Brightburn Wonder Woman. I didn't really show anything. Oh, her name is would be have been Witch Woman. Ah, here we go. She has 4 eyes. She still has a lasso, but it's more like, huh. Someone made her in Hero Forge. That's weird. What would Aquaman have been? Oh, they don't really have anything of it. It's just like creepy, like stills. I wonder what is there anything about an evil Justice League other than whatever that game is called? Eh, I'm over the Googles. I tried to watch Justice or Smallville, but I don't even think I finished the first season. I remember there were tornadoes at one point, and that's when I kind of gave up on it. I'll be honest. I probably won't watch it. I have too much stuff on my plate to watch to watch it. Be completely honest. Okay. Here. No, that's not where I'm trying to go. Here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna play a game for a little bit. So forgive me. Okay. Let me see if I click